Welcome to Chosen One and his girls. Good morning, guys. I just wanted to talk to you. Guys, we all came, basically from Tom Reed's community, and apparently we all care about people. We all care about uh, these ladies who were addicts in the street, who are homeless, um, and we wanted to see them do better. We realize over here at our channel that homelessness is no joke. Um, it's not a good place. It's a very hard life for the ones who have to live in the streets, and they have a hard time keeping their clothing. They have a hard time keeping an ID. They're usually robbed at some point. Some raped. It's not an easy lifestyle, and to tip it off with addiction makes things even harder. Well, this is Maddie's life, guys. So if you think that she's got it easy, she don't. But these two have had a channel for a while. They've got lots of cash apps, PayPals, Venmos, you name it. They were even monetized for a period of time. But instead of taking these donations to get out of the streets and not have to continue living in abandoned buildings, their drug habit outweighed their place to stay. So to them, it's just not important. Maddie and Gerald are both completely capable of working and supporting themselves, but they can't do the D and work a regular job. So they beg. They beg online, and you guys oblige and send money. And they use it for their habit. Guys, we have watched them go completely downhill. They have failed to do anything to get a home. They're still living the exact same lifestyle they were when Tom Reed interviewed them the first time. They're still living that same lifestyle. The only thing that's changed in Maddie, Gerald, or Sharon's life is that their habits have grown larger. And I think at some point, Maddie or Sharon could end up dead. Gerald, I don't see so much because he don't seem to do as much of the H as these two. But I spoke with someone who happens to know one of their D-boys. And the D-boy said that he had quit dealing with Maddie and Gerald completely. He found out that they were dealing with different dealers besides just him. And he had always made sure that they got what he called the good stuff, the pure H, not having the fetty in it. Because he wanted to make sure that they were good customers, they paid a lot of money, they spent a lot of money, and he wanted to make sure that they was okay. He said they spent so much money with him that he moved in one of the most upscale communities in Detroit. Over there where the sports players live, and he had bought him a new Dodge Charger, he fixed up an old car, all off money that he made off Maddie and Gerald. But he said he was worried, and he got scared. He said that if something were to happen to one of them, that as much as he had dealt with them, that it was probably going to be coming right back to him. And he didn't want to take that chance because he just felt like at some point, the way she was going, that she was going to end up dead. And with them dealing with other people, there was no telling what kind of bags they were getting elsewhere. Do you know that they put this man into a whole new tax bracket? They spent so much money. Imagine how much money it took to fix up an old car, to buy a Dodge Charger, to move him into a gated community. Imagine how much money these two were putting in his pocket. And they were getting it all from you guys. That's sad. I really hope at some point that Maddie will get clean. I don't want to see her end up like Shady and wake up and be almost 50 years old and still be living in the streets and not have a home, and Lord knows what will be wrong with her at that point. Diseases, anything could be happening with the lifestyle she lives. Even end up dead. But y'all need to remember, these Cash Apps and these PayPals are not going for food that y'all are sending to her, to Gerald, to Sharon. They're not going for clothes. They're not going for shelter. They're going completely on this stuff that is killing them. How are you going to feel, to know that one day you send out a PayPal or a Cash App to one of these three, and the next day you turn on YouTube only to find out that they're dead from an overdose? How's that going to make you feel? Ask yourself that before you send them, any of them, another dime. Because if you keep giving, they're not going to get clean. They've got to hit a bottom at some point. Sharon and Ron are living in a bando that's probably owned by the city. Somebody needs to go down there and find out who owns that place and get their tails kicked out of there. Something needs to shake this woman up so that she will go get a job and start supporting herself. Start making the changes that she needs to make in her life. And y'all need to stop sending money to Maddie and Gerald as well. Because they've got to find their bottom. And the only way any of these three will find a bottom is if the cash flow stops. That's the only way they're going to think about rehab. Y'all like, share, and subscribe.